How's it going, everybody? Today we're talking about time-based ads on Facebook. Now, I think a lot of you, especially if you've been running Facebook ads with a reasonable amount of success, or you notice that you get inquiries at certain times of day, this might be something that you want to explore a bit further. Now, it's definitely possible to be able to show ads at certain times of day on Facebook. But before I go into that, for any of you out there who are running successful campaigns, or at least just want to have an insight into whether you're getting leads or online sales at certain times of day in your time zone, then I'm going to show you how to actually determine whether that is the fact. Now, what you'll do is you'll jump into your ad account, and what you're able to do is go to breakdown and then by delivery. And then as you go down to here, we're going to the time of day in the viewer's time zone. Now, this is an e-commerce ad account that we're looking at the moment, so I want you to pay particular attention to just this column, which is website purchases, and then where it correlates to with reference to the time of day in the user's time zone. So upon our first look here, we can see we've got 3 purchases at 9 o'clock, between 9 and 10 I should say. These are 1 hour increments. We go a bit further down, we're watching this column, see if we get some outliers. We've got another 2, 9 to 10 o'clock. I'll be like, okay, maybe that should be a time that we look at showing our ads. We've got a couple here at 12 a.m, which is 0 to 1 a.m. We've got a couple here again, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. Starting to max out here a little bit. We've got some from 4 p.m. onward till 7 p.m. Here we go, now we're getting into some juicy stuff. There's 62 purchases in this campaign. Now, how would you identify some validated data from this? I would definitely say between 9 and 10, possibly 9 onwards. But if we just look at the biggest numbers here, we've got 9 purchases at 11 to 12. As we go a bit further on, I'm actually surprised to see that in the evening we haven't got bigger ones, but I would say from about 8 p.m. onwards might be the first test. Nothing at 9 to 10 there. Again, we've got 11 to 12, which is a big one. And we also have from 8 p.m. onwards, possibly even 6 p.m. onwards. So to recoup the most from this particular test, I would say on this particular ad account, I would start with a test between 9 and 10, then from 11 to 1 p.m, and then from 6 p.m. to about 11 p.m. So we've got 3 time zones, essentially time periods or time windows, however you want to swing it, that we would test in this particular campaign. Now, what does that look like? Essentially what it will look like will be, if we go create campaign here for a second, and we go to conversions campaign, you have to use a different type of budget, which is called a lifetime budget. So as we go to campaign budget optimization, we change it from a daily budget to a lifetime budget. The scheduling part of this happens when we click show more options, and then we change it from running ads at all time to edit, and then we're going to change it to run ads on a schedule. Then when we drop down to the ad set level, we should see somewhere show more options. No. We'll see here our schedule. Now, again, this schedule runs on the viewer's time zone, so those of you who advertise in different countries, different time zones within those countries, this takes that into account, so you don't have to worry about it there. So in order to advertise into our 3 selected time windows, all we'll do is, 7 days a week mind you, is we're going to click down the bottom here, which just overlaps all days of the week. So clicking that will get me from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. These little segments are 1 hour blocks. And then I also want to test 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. So 11, 12, 1. Well, 1 to 2 I should say. So really I should actually take that one off. That makes more sense. And then 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. which would be right there. And that's essentially your schedule. And I would run this particular test for a maximum of about 4 days and see whether it works, because a lot of the time, if we just jump back to the ad account really quickly and we have a look at our time-based results here for a second. I'm just going to scroll back down to where we got the bulk of our results, about 52 purchases. 62, there it is. What tends to happen is the algorithm a lot of the time only spends in those winning time windows anyway. So you kind of have to ask yourself whether you really want to test these things out, because this is quite a granular, quite a micro test to be running. If you're a beginner to Facebook ads and you haven't even got a proven campaign, I wouldn't even go anywhere near this. But it's interesting to know that this capability is here if you so choose to. So, as an example, over a 30-day period with this particular account, we've only spent outside of these hours, what's that, 20, 30, 33, 36. So, just up front, about $50 in a 30-day period, which isn't much. So the algorithm's already favoring these better times to actually be advertising for us. So in this particular account, would we do this test? Yeah, definitely. If we want to, try and get a higher ROAS or have a campaign that's just trickling in extra purchases, why not? We might get a bigger return on ad spend. That'd be great. But if you're just starting out and you don't actually have a campaign that is producing leads, number one, maybe reach out and ask myself and the team a question. We'd be happy to help, but I wouldn't go this granular with this particular testing strategy. So for those of you out there who want to give it a go, I would say set your budget, lifetime budget, maximum of 4 days, and see if it reaps results. I'll be happy to hear about it. I'll talk to you later.